And we are live here on ZineQuesting. It is day 4 of ZineQuesting. My name is Tony Vicenda. I am the Chief Alchemist at +1EXP. You can find us at +1EXP across all social media platforms. Our desire, our hope is that we could help indie content creators get their games out there and help people find them. ZineQuest is the Super Bowl / Christmas of doing that for us. We are super excited today to be diving into about 10 different ZineQuest projects that have gone live this week, that are live right now, that you could back, talk about what we love about them, back some of them, answer any questions that you have, and just generally gush on some of these amazing projects. We're a brand that multi-classes in tabletop game design, beard and skincare alchemy, and the Bardic College of Content Creation. You can find everything we do at +1exp.com. But you didn't come here to look at my beautiful and handsome face. You came here for the zines. Oh, someone's coming down for the zines. I am live right now. What's up, buddy? You can use the iPad to draw. That's fine. Yeah, go ahead. Draw me something amazing. I don't know that this is charged. I'm sorry. It may be charged. I just don't know if it is. It's my son who's an artist. We did an art feature earlier today. By the way, we're doing it every Thursday. It's called Artisan Craft. We're putting that into the RPG Artist Hub. If you want to see us talk about the art specifically of projects, what we love about it. We picked all projects we loved. Go check that video out. It's also on all of our social media platforms or at youtube.com/+1exp. Let's get into it. Before we talk about ZineQuest projects, I want to share a couple of projects with you that I just love, that I'm excited about, that I want you guys to back, that are in their last couple of hours. This is Babes in the Wood, 2nd edition. This comes from World Champ Game Co. Adam Voss is the designer, but I do want to talk about the art for this game. The art for this game wrecks me. This image right here of these 3 characters sitting down to play the game, the earth-shattering innocence of this image. If this doesn't make you want to back this, you don't have to do it at the $75 level either. There's a more affordable level. I went all in on this. Adam Voss and Phil Reed constantly vie for who has the most projects they've created in my collection. Go check it out. It's Kids on Halloween night. It's powered by the Apocalypse. It's 2nd edition. It's phenomenal. Go check out the project. Magic and shit. This is a project that's in its last few days. Levi Combs came on, played it with us. We just dropped a review for this game today. I haven't shared it around yet because I've been too busy doing other things, but Levi has. Phenomenal guy to work with. They're going to put out 7 projects this year. If you're looking for awesome world-building items with tons of plot hooks to drop into your games, I highly encourage you to pick up some magic and shit. Look at this art. Look at it. It's gorgeous. Levi's an awesome part of the RPG Zines community, making great things, partnering with great artists to get things done. Go check it out. Last but not least, this is a ZineQuest project. And yesterday, some of you might have felt that I bullied you. I wasn't bullying you yesterday. I am bullying you today. Coudlibet. One of those was right. The creator did actually, I added them. They told me that they would, they sent me kind of a breakdown of it. That's closer than I've gotten so far. This game is less than $50 from funding. I don't know why it hasn't funded. It's a short, smart project. I know that system agnostic things are not always attractive to people, but you can play anytime, any place in this simple deck-based system. But here's why I love this. Look at this art. Like this art, use of classic art to describe the 4 archetypes that you might play from in the game: the Wastrel, the Steadfast, the Omen, or the Martyr. I love those archetypes. I want to play this game. I have backed this game. Wait, have I not backed this game? All right, guys, let's do it right now. I'm going to go all in. I could have sworn I finished this. Dang, I can't finish it with you guys on stream. I can't show off my credit card numbers more than I already have. Look at right there. I'm showing off my credit card numbers. Thursday RPG. Dang it. I went to the wrong thing on that. We're going to have to move that back. All right. Because I need you guys. Well, now I've already showed it. All right, whatever. I'm the worst. You guys just stole my identity, I'm sure. So that's Kudli. I want you guys to do that. I want to start off today by talking about a Kickstarter we have not talked about yet, and that is, and I need to not go to the pledge page. There we go. Thursday RPG. It's a tabletop role-playing game about time loops, drama, and learning from your mistakes. It's a phenomenal game by Eli Seitz. I love Eli's design. I've got a couple of their projects, backed a couple of their projects. You're trapped in a time loop, trying to learn from your mistakes. Once you've had a moment of epiphany, you can escape it. It's drawn off classic things like Russian dolls. I know we haven't talked about it before on stream, but I think you guys should absolutely check it out. It's got a couple of absolutely amazing levels. I love the cover art. I love the different individuals they have. If you're a millennial, whoever feels trapped, like you're just going through the motions, or if you want to know what that's like, Back Thursday, it's a phenomenal game. There we go. That's Thursday. Let's start with this. This is a game I should have covered on day one. It is the Haunted Hamlet. I have not talked about this yet. It's 4 low prep modular locations to drop right into your game. That's the entire thing. Somebody's wondering if I would do a breakdown of mechanics for a bunch of different games. That's what I get caught up on, and when I'm trying to learn new games, it almost keeps me from trying new systems. Our TLDP series, it's entirely what it is. I review games. I do it in 5 minutes. I address character creation, the core mechanic loop of the system, and the theme of the game, if it has one, as an intro and outro. We usually played the game, so we have an actual play that we can link to on those. But our TLDP series, that's 100% what you're looking for, and a lot of our inventory management stuff will have that on it also, John. So check out that series if you haven't. However, if what you're asking is, can I review a bunch of the types of games like Forged in the Dark, PBTA, D20 systems, BX, like things that people use as major hacks, I've actually thought a lot about that. I think it would be cool to do a series that just kind of outside of any games breaks some of that down as kind of the hack pieces. So absolutely, I'd love to do that. But TLDP is going to cover a lot of what you're looking for. So the Haunted Hamlet, funded under 4 hours. This was a great early project on day one. I have not looked at this project yet. It did get recommended to me today because of some of the art stuff also too. We did that art feature earlier. The Haunted Hamlet has Hexus is a zine detailing 4 unique modular locations. Again, remember, I'm always looking for on these streams, are you telling me early on what it is? Are you hitting me with the theme early on? Are you laying out your campaign well? Are you continuing to draw me through it? Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at that hex. Yeah, I love this. Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna back this. This is going to be a back project. Love this layout example, designed for use with old school essentials, which is quickly becoming my favorite system to play in, period. There's a couple of things I want to see with it, but I've also backed the advanced versions of it, so I'm waiting for those to get in. I also talked to my good friend Diogo yesterday, because I always refer to us having taken levels in the Bardic College of Content Creation. And so I want somebody to make an OSE class for me that is a content bard. In my mind, that means that they have to prepare skulls in advance that they can use or that they can give to party members to use. And that would be a content bard. Maybe it's a dumb thing, but I have to get the idea out of me. And I don't have the skill set to do it. So I'm going to pay Diogo to do it. So tell me if you would play a content bard if you're watching out there right now. We are going to back this game. I do want the print of this game. I might want those art prints. We're going to click on this level right now. We're going to keep on going. Somebody else also recommended this, again, specifically for the art, which is gorgeous. This is the Thine. It's a setting zine. For 500 years, not a soul has stirred. Everything was cold and dark and silent until, at long last, the Thine Kingdom has found a way to become more than a series of posts on the blog. I love that. This is a show your work process. You can link out to their blog and see what they've been doing. They put it together for ZineQuest. Look at these header inspirations. They're giving you their touch points. This is actually something creators should think about. Tell people what form of commonly consumed media is oftentimes connected to this, so that people kind of know, hey, if I like that, I'm going to like this thing. By the way, Last Unicorn, one of my favorite movies growing up as a child. So again, they've hit on nostalgia, as John Hodgman would say, the most toxic of impulses, but is also deeply important. They're telling me what specifically is inside, what I can expect. Look at this layout. Look at this art. So good. All right. It's a little bit more expensive. Their physical emboss crawl sheet. I am getting the PDF with the physical. We're going to click on this level. I'm going to come back. I'm going to think about it some more. All right. This is a setting module for old school games. Love it. Lichcraft. So my friend Lori is the designer of this. And we talked a little bit yesterday towards the end of the stream about how we approach representative creation, right? So that might be Afropunk, it might be Silk Punk. Anytime somebody has created a game with a specific cultural reality in mind, and then how do we share that? How do I even cover it? Lori asked me to signal boost this one. I feel very comfortable sharing it with you. I also am supporting Lori's print run of their Hieronymus Bosch RPG, and we're going to have 100 copies on the +1 store soon. Lori is a phenomenal creator out of the UK. It's an RPG that's about trans people waiting so long for healthcare that they decide to just become liches instead. I am going to back this project. I don't know at what level, probably at PDF, though I do think the art on this and a lot of the thing is this. But I think right now we also experiencing a lot of conversations about healthcare in the world and how people have access to it, which is actually the theme in this game that I feel like I can grab onto, even if it's not part of my experience, which is why I'm excited to share this with you. Also, Billy had recommended sharing this one also too. So this came from a couple different places. I'm probably going to go at the printed level, but I may just do digital. I'm going to click digital for right now. But this is Lichcraft. I'll give you the setting. The setting is Great Britain. The Tories have been in power since 2010. Due to the national health care cuts, trans healthcare has become increasingly hard to access. The waiting list for the first appointment about gender identity clinic is now 300 years old. They don't want to outright refuse you. That would imply that the healthcare service is over capacity and underfunded. Instead, they will simply add you to the end of the list and wait for you to die. But they are fools, for you've learned the secrets of immortality and will get to the end of the waiting list, even if it means having to wait another millennium. Again, here's what I love. Lori is coming at this from a specific experience of hers and sharing it out. But like that theme is something that I, as someone who has 4 kids, who has to navigate the American healthcare system and who is self-employed, can absolutely connect to and love. So I would encourage you, if you like those themes, check it out. If you're not sure if that's something that you like, that's okay. Like we are sharing games that we love, that we want to check out, and that people have recommended to us. But I would say if you're looking for your $28 28 days pledge, the $28 28-day pledge is where we pledge $1 to one creator a day, whether you're not you are specifically like, hey, I want that content or not, somebody who just want to go show your support for. I would highly encourage you today, if you are open to it, to go in and backing Lori's project for $1 to help boost their awareness, to help get it out there, share it on social media. If you're not comfortable with it, that's okay. That's a self-reflective process. I would ask that you go do Cood Libet, the one I couldn't pronounce earlier. Instead, that's what I would ask right now, that one of those 2 games be your dollar back for the day. All right. Maximum HP, we talked about this earlier during Artisan Crap. This is Lloyd's thing. He puts it out every year. He does it piece by piece. They're almost 10x funded. This is for first edition primarily. They tried to do 5th edition before, but couldn't manage to do 2 prints. This is issue 5, and it's all focused on kobolds. If you are interested in old school gaming, especially first edition D&D stuff, Maximum HP is a great ongoing zine. They don't put them out regularly. They don't put them out all the time. He waits till he has a good amount of content built up. He doesn't like to harass the people who make it, and then they pop one out. The interior is all black and white. The outside's all cover. He and I are doing an art feature every week now together on Thursdays earlier in the day, which is why we went a little bit later today also too. But this one I'm very excited about. I do like this. I think I'm actually just going to hit follow on this right now, because I want to dig a little bit more to the levels, but I want to keep us kind of going. We got a good clip going today. So this is The Tower and the Garden, a cyber metal fantasy, another one we talked about on our art feature earlier today. When I look at this opening image, I have immediate curiosity. There's a little bit something about the graphic design that I don't like on this one, but when I scroll down, which I'm always going to do, I love it in this horizontal format. Here's why. This is a cyber metal fantasy RPG. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but here's the thing. Anytime something has the word cyber in it, I'm expecting I'm going to see a lot of lights, a lot of kind of neon feeling stuff, that we're going to get kind of a cyberpunk vibe. The first thing in the foreground of these pictures that immediately makes me more interested about this project are trees. It's this natural kind of landscape in the foreground with the neon lit city in the distance, and that makes me want to know more about the setting. Ravenous supernatural beasts roam the streets at night, and cruel imperial soldiers march in the light of the day. Infrastructure and utilities are controlled by wealthy corporations based in the tower, and the promise of admittance is used to exploit the masses who live in the garden. No one remembers how the world ended, but it did generations ago. The tower was built before then, back when it served as a testament to humanity's innovation and engineering capabilities. When all the cities were destroyed, it remained standing and was a beacon of hope, offering strength and shelter to travelers from far. But then the doors slammed shut and the refugee camp surrounded it. It grew and grew. It grew so large that they merged together into the sprawling city known as the Garden. Gorgeous, gorgeous theme. Love it. Look at these sheets. Look at these sheets. Like, this layout is solid. I was talking about this earlier. I actually really wish Kickstarter would update its rules to be 3 or 4 color, like black, paper, and then 1 to 2 accent colors. I think would be great. Scott, you're coughing. Is your project isn't live yet? What are you coughing about? Oh, about the neon stuff. Your project is great too. Do you want me to just mention you? Go, if you haven't yet, Scott, drop it into the chat. Go follow Beta Red. It's launching on the 9th. We've got a review coming up for that. We're super excited about it. I love cyberpunk games. This is just a different one. And Scott used red in his design also too, including black and white. But look at this art. Like, this image right here, like, this is the armored player class. I want to play characters like this. This is a bird that uses its suit of armor to fly around, a bird person. It's cool. I love it. I love the look. I love this image also too, down here. Look at this. The tower in the garden. It gives you a strong sense moving into the city now of what that relationship is like. And there's a sense of everything being on fire down below. We are going to back this project. We are going to back it at a physical level, I think. I'm not going to go high on it. Dodeca. I was trying to get Dodeca on a stream. Cristiano, I appreciate you taking my recommendation seriously. I don't expect anyone else to back all these games. And even after we do this, I say what I want to back at. Sometimes I have to go back and finesse out with my budget a little bit. I'll manage pledges all the way through the end, depending on how much my wife yells at me. Because I want to play all these games. I want to play them all. Not all these games are for me, though. Some of these games are for other people, and I hope that you find the games that are for you. So if your budget's $60, that's great. If your budget's $28 and you're just backing 28 projects to help support creators through $28, 28 days, I think that's great. I love it. I mean, I really do. I don't think Kickstarter should be about what do I get, but how we make creators, help creators make great games that then we can play. And everything that we are able to contribute to that matters, but nobody should be jeopardizing their budget because of that. Scott Ools, if you've asked your budget, you better have saved $15 for Repugnant. By the way, you can go to ttrpg.link/grossrpg to check out John DeCampos's upcoming RPG, Repugnant, the world's most disgusting tabletop role-playing game. Dodeca is old school adventuring through grimdark worlds, a D12 old school role-playing system with narrative, character, and world building. This is the thing that gets me. It's the old school style with narrative and character and world building. I love the fusion of some indie terms mixed with some OSR terms. So let's click here. Let's watch this video. Boost that noise. Soundscaping. So we're just establishing flavor with this, right? This is a good opening job. I'm interested why they did it at the top instead of as the image. Why they did it as another video? I don't know. I would want it. I've messaged Peter about trying to get him on stream to play sometime. Oh, he's panning up. It's a cool. This is good tension building. So yesterday we talked about Guy's project and how the soundscaping didn't build the tension the right way. This is how you use soundscaping to build the tension. Awesome. Who's ready to back Dodeca is a grimdark adventure using 12-sided dice. Dodeca employs a narrative character creation process and world building. So it's a little bit system agnostic, but we know we're starting out grimdark, delving into darker themes. We've got actual play here, which again is oftentimes considered the gold standard of you should have some actual play content to show that your game exists and works. A lot of people don't, but you should have something that proves the proof of concept. So a little bit about the rules, a little bit of actual play, a polished review by an up-and-coming reviewer. Who knows? But it's really, I love that people have dice that they love. Like, this comes out of their love of the D12. Like, I love D12s. I love D4s. D6s are the most familiar, but only because I was a GURPS player, not because of their ubiquity. So narrative here, through rolling and choice, every player gets 5 narrative prompts to help build their character's legend. These provide attribute points and skills, but also give you a view into their drive, their origin, creating the characters together to help you flesh out the world. It's cool. I like it. Innovative combat system. Let's see. The combat system of Dodeca is to stimulate the flow of battle. There are no rounds. Instead of the initiate will allows players to perform actions as soon as they can be complete, not in a set order. That feels a little bit like JRPG. That's cool. I want to know more about that. Basic melee weapons. Cool. Exceeding the goal. A lot of the book is already written. Trying to keep the first no stretch goals. I'm into it. Adventure Plus. That's interesting. 2 digital versions, each that give you different things. Seeker Plus, Explorer. UK shipping not included. I want to come back and look at the things that are going to be extra in that. I'm going to remind you. I am going to come back and back this though. Low stakes. I have seen the Warplan campaign. It is not a zine, but I am also looking forward to it. I read through the creator's previous work and really enjoyed it. We were going to do an actual play, but I think I pushed out for dates, but never got a response back on specific ones. And then Warplan came out. It's been a long campaign though, which I like because it allows a lot of time for exposure. But it does mean as a creator, you're in that grind for so long. I couldn't do a 2-month campaign, which is what I think that he set up. And so low stakes.
Hi, and welcome to the low.
It's just a scroll. This is actually very cool. Their video is just a scroll through of the actual
entire book. It's done.
Of the actual book. So you just go through and you can see that the book is done and what you're getting in it. 100%. Like you could play the game. But it's basically what we do in the shadows, the New Zealand series by Tiki, and it's turned into an RPG, right? So it's also been turned into a TV show. It's not associated with the project, but it's about vampires and werewolves living together in a modern day society and having to deal with different things. It's very smart. It's very cute. The art is phenomenal. I really like the look of this project. Somebody dropped me a link in the chat to Brutal Quest. And so I do want to see, I want to take a look at that one if we have time today to do so. I'm going to keep on trucking. Okay, this one I'm super excited about. I got to go back up. Again, the question is, is this a game for me? I actually want to play this game. And I have talked to Elizabeth a couple times, and actually I'm going to check real quick. Well, I can't check real quick. Never mind. If Elizabeth, well, I'll do that later. I asked Elizabeth how to pronounce her last name phonetically. And Elizabeth, if you're watching, I didn't get a chance to see it. You'll be getting Repugnant actual play, hopefully next week, but launch day or the day after for sure. It's really weird to try to set up your own content in the middle of promoting other people's content. And running a stream and GMing at the same time, which I would need to do, is challenging too. But this is so pause me not reading things. City of Flesh have been super excited about for a couple of weeks now. Here is why. I love excellent design. I love great game concepts. I love things with huge amounts of flavor. I love great designers. I love it even more when those great designers who are making great games and creating excellent content are people who have a different life experience than me, whether that's race, gender, any other thing that might be included in that. Elizabeth she lives in the Netherlands, I believe. And has created this Fimcore Tarot RPG that is set inside of the womb, the rotting womb of a dying colossus. I don't know what some of that means, and I want to, but I looked at the design for this. I've had a chance to read through the actual book. They sent me a preview little PDF and a press kit. I'm going to talk more about this. We're going to schedule an interview with Elizabeth. But that setting feel initially, right, I absolutely love. So it takes inspiration from grimdark fantasy, combining it with the feminine aesthetic to create an immersive, gore-splattered role-playing experience where you delve into the dreams of a sleeping colossus as you tear through the fleshy reality to make your own fate. That sounds awesome. Like, I want to play that. We weren't able to set it up during this zone, but hopefully we're going to get them on to play this sometime. But look at this layout. Like, look at this. This is gorgeous. The city of flesh dominates the plains of bone. The world is young. The age of titans draws to a close, but the city is ancient, built in the womb of the slain colossus. This is saying this is the early beginning of a universe, and we're going to like romp through it and tear through the reality of this colossus's dead body, as reality is being shaped. That's awesome. It's also already funded. This is my first chance to look at their Kickstarter page. You map the city using a tarot deployment, which Aurora Punk by Adam Voss does also too. So do a couple other games. I really love the idea of city being shaped by some sort of random luck and generation through a tarot deck or a card deck. And they give you this example of play right at the end, which is phenomenal. Here's who they are, right? And again, I love this. Show who you are. Like, show who you are in your campaign. Let who you are, even if you have a brand that you build stuff around in your games. Show me who you are. So Steffi is a Dutch author and developer of role-playing games. Elizabeth is the owner of Angry Hamster Publishing. They have a new game out, Afterlife Wandering Souls. It won an Any Groundbreaker Award in 2020. They're making great games. They had a Make 100 that raised over $9,000, which is huge for Make 100. We are going to back this. It's in pound. We're going to back it at the top level. I'm not going to come back and change this one. If they had a higher level, I'd probably back it at that also too. Last one that I have, if you want, I'll talk about Oltan's Door in a little bit, if you want to stick around for it. I have a little bit more time. If you have a game you want me to cover, drop it in the chat wherever you are so that I can do it. I need you to drop a link so I can grab it quickly and get it up so I don't have to go searching for it. But you can't back Repugnant at only $1, Scott. Full in. I'm just kidding. And so back it at, if I have 1,000 people back it at $1, I'll be happy. Because John and I'll just take all the money. No, I'll give you some light on Oltan's Door in a second. Somebody tossed me token. They said, hey, would you mind covering this? And actually, I want to play this game. It's a 2-player game. I'm actually going to see if I can work with Gabriel. It's coming up still. It's not out yet, but I do want you to go back this. It is a duet of tragic fates intertwined in the dark woods, one-shot, GM-less, rooted in trophy. I think we're going to see a lot of trophy hacks later in ZineQuest. Right now, we're seeing a lot of Forged in the Dark and other systems that we're getting a lot of play on. I love trophy. I can't wait to play trophy. There's tons of Morkborg stuff also too. There's actually some really good stuff. Actually, I just got sent Corpse Wake Cove, a little preview PDF of that, which just funded a couple of weeks ago by Ember and Ash, and it's phenomenal. It's gorgeous. Maybe I'll do a little scroll through for you guys on that. Cubelet. You're just trying to get me to say it again. Here we go. Yeah, I think I may have closed it already. Yeah, this is the game. Okay, here's the thing, guys. I'm not bullying anybody. I'm telling you, like, if you got your $28, 28 days, I would like this one or Lichcraft to be the ones that you guys support. Help me out here. Cud Libet, one of the two. This is the one I was talking about at the very beginning. All right, a couple questions we have. Nobody's dropped me any links, so we're gonna talk about what questions people have. Brutal Quest is funding solid, better than that prior ZineQuest. Yeah, Brutal Quest is doing excellent, excellent. And then through Oltan's Door. So through Oltan's Door is a system agnostic. We talked about this yesterday. My hope is that we see through Oltan's Door become the highest funded ZineQuest project this year. I think that it's a phenomenal project. It's already on track to do that, which is why it's an easy thing to say. But Ben puts more craft into making his zines than I think almost anyone else does. Let me talk about that for a second. So through Oltan's Door is basically a door has appeared in the middle of the shop of a merchant. That door goes like nowhere, but if you open it, you can walk through into the wishery, into dreaming, into the dreamlands, which go by a ton of different names. Zion is the name of the city you're in. Wishery is kind of the region. The dreamlands are the entire like ethos. We played an actual play in Through Oltan's Door 3. In Through Oltan's Door 3, you're going into the sewers of Dreamland and exploring that part of it. But Ben is playing through this with characters and he's writing at the same time. There's tons of deep philosophy. There's tons of beautiful language. The formatting is gorgeous. The encounter cards are phenomenally well created to help you as a GM facilitate it. You can play it in any system you want to. It's system agnostic. But the artwork is this gorgeous Art Nouveau style. And it has a lot of that ethos and the concept of a point crawl, which is what Through Oltan's Door 3 is, and the first two also take place in the sewers of Dreamland. The concept of exploring Dreamland, this fantastic, marvelous place, but through the first experience being in its sewers, has this incredible, beautifully hopeful, broken down quality to it that I love. That Ben writes perfectly, but he buys specific paper from the French paper company to put this on. He's intentional about every aspect of the design. He hand assembled for the first two sets everything about them. For the third set, he's working with a local printer. They're printing them all, but he bought the paper for them to be able to do it on because he wanted a specific paper, and then they are assembling them for him to ship out. The inside of every single one of them is the map for it, which is such great old school design, making the outside cover something and the inside cover something. Repugnant isn't live yet. Go to ttrpg.link /gross RPG. It's at the bottom. It's not live yet. On the 15th we go live. Please black follow, share, let people know. But I love Through Oltan's Door, and I also got to hear some things from Ben as we were talking in our interview at the end of our actual play, which is on our YouTube channel, about basically what Through Oltan's Door 4 is going to be, and what Through Oltan's Door 5 will have some flavors of. He didn't give me specific numbers except for 4, but the guy has 12 more of these easily in mind right now, and it's cool. That's amazing. That's awesome to have the long view of the project you're wanting to create and to be creating it with such care. And I absolutely love the zine release format for that. So those are our games today, unless somebody drops me another one real quick. We back some of them. Again, even if we don't back something, that's not a sign that it's not a game that you should go back. The reason we do this is so that we can go through a bunch of games really quickly, have you be able to watch it, and decide if you want to back that game. I really encourage people, hey, and this has gone up a little bit while we've been watching, so hopefully a couple of you guys went and did your dollar backs. Please share those dollar backs online. Use the hashtag $28 28 days. If it comes across our feed, we're following the hashtag, we will retweet it to help boost that. We've got a couple of fun things coming up. If you guys can stick with me just 1 minute, I'll share them with you, especially since you guys have been with us this whole time. I've got two things I want to share with you. Let me get them up here on the screen if I can. So the first one is that tomorrow night, Friday, February 5th, at 7:30 EST, we are going to be playing City of Myths. So this is a break from our ZineQuest coverage. We did mostly a ZineQuest focus this month, but I have been incredibly excited to play City of Myths for years and have not gotten a chance to. I reached out to I think Amit, maybe, the creator, And we're friends on Facebook, have been for a while, never really interacted. It was just like, hey, I'd love to play City of Mist. We're doing this thing where we're playing with the designers and giving away some copies. Would you come run a game for us? So we're going to run through the starter box of City of Mist tomorrow night. The starter game. We've got a couple different characters we're going to pull from. But if you're not familiar, it's a PBTA system where your character has a logos, what they do in the daily world, and a mythos, some way that they incarnate a folk legend, a ancient god, something out of history, and those two things overlap. And we're going to play it tomorrow night with him, and we'll be giving away a copy of the starter box live on stream. So if you have a desire to play that, come or to see that or to win that, come play with us and watch us play tomorrow night. The other thing, somebody already spoiled down in the comments, but I will forgive them because it is their game. And I'm going to say this game out loud for the first time now. This Saturday during the day, 12 p.m. EST, we are going to be playing an Old School Essentials module. You see how I'm drawing it out to avoid having to say the name here. Is Muspelhel. Muspelhel? Write it down phonetically for me, Drew. I know you're out there watching. We're going to be playing this on Saturday on our channel. It's an Old School Essentials game. Actually, Drew is going to pre-gen the characters in part for us, but here's the reason this game is important. If you came here today, it's on Zinequest right now, right? So it's totally part of our ZineQuesting series. However, one of the most important things about this game, it's all dwarves, and Drew has built out stat options for your beard. As somebody who makes beard balm that helps you boost your personal stats and low-key LARP through your day, min-maxing your daily life experience, I'm 100% behind the concept of an old school way to shoehorn in beard stats. I mean, why doesn't it exist already? Every game should have beard stats. Muspelhel? Am I pronouncing that as too much of an O sound? Muspelhel. All right, cool. We're gonna. I love, my favorite thing about streaming with you guys on these things is actually just you guys getting to watch me try to pronounce people's names and pronounce games like Koodlebet, a couple of times each and see where that goes. So that's our stream for the day. Again, if you guys have questions about things specifically, have things you want me to cover, let me know. You can find us at +1EXP across all social media platforms. We're active on Twitter, on Facebook, in the RPG Zines community, in a couple of different Discord groups, though not in a whole lot. We kind of focused down pretty narrowly on where we're at, though I do think Zeshio's Discord is an absolutely great place to be. I did it right. We'd love to support you. I'm at Tony Vicinda across anything if you want to connect with me personally. I'm very accessible online. We'd love to cover your project if you have one. If there are projects you want us to take a look at here on screen that aren't yours, let us know. But if you like the way something looks, again, I'm going to go ahead and say it one more time. Go ahead and back it for $1 or £1 if they're from the UK. $28 in 28 days. Backing small creators at any level helps. If you can't back, sharing their project with people you think might like it and encouraging them to back is absolutely a thing that you should do. And then sharing those projects online. We're committed to doing this for one project every day, all 28 days of February. And we'll probably go a little bit into March because there will still be ZineQuest projects that we want to support. We last year kind of ran a no ZineQuest project left behind thing. ZineQuest, about 90% of the project's fun, so you have to be careful. It's not like other things where you can kind of float it a little bit over your budget. You got to watch it. Make sure you save a few dollars for Repugnant RPG. And if you haven't yet, follow us on Twitch or YouTube, wherever you're watching right now, so that we can let you know the next time we're live. We've got that City of Mist live stream tomorrow, and we've got that Muspelhel project or stream on Saturday. I love it because it feels like Saturday morning cartoons to me. I do. I'm doing daytime streams on Saturday. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I'm gonna put on some more of Philip Reed's Tower of Scoundrels music. We're gonna jam out for a little bit. We're gonna switch over next week to Dot Dungeon by Bats, who we're interviewing next week. Next week in the middle of the day, I decided to do some more streams because I'm a moron. But I love it. I love you guys. The introvert in me loves not having to actually have the emotional drain of other people. The extroverted part of me loves the interaction that I get to have with y'all. So we're going to be jamming around. Next week, I've got interviews with Ian Newsom on Monday about The Drain. On Tuesday, we've got Chris Bissett, who did a Wretched and Roan, is doing a D36 release in a couple of weeks. And I am super hopeful that I get to be one of the first backers on, because I do want the premium version of his game. If you're a creator who wants your game featured, please let us know. On Thursday, we're going to be doing our artisan craft again. Every day, we'll still be doing a number of projects, because I want to cover as many games as we can. If we're going at the rate that we can, we would cover all the projects that we have that are currently up on ZineQuest or prepping to go up, but we will probably not cover all of them still. Stay poor. I'm exhausted. You guys make it worth it. If you want to support us, go to plus1exp.com. Buy some beard balm. Buy Art Game Beards and Beyond. It won't ship until next week, but it will ship next week. It's our ZineQuest 2 offering. You might think, I don't have a beard. Is this game for me? This game was designed for you, because I want you to experience the glory of what all of this is like if you don't have one. So it's absolutely for you. You get it in digital, or there's 2 different versions of it. You get a stencil, so you can draw the perfect beards on your character. There's 20 different beard archetypes on there. Tuesday is when Beta Red drops. We're going to be covering that on day 1. We'll also have a polished review of that is going to be ready on Monday night, so that Scott can put it on his campaign, just share it out whenever he is ready. You'll be hearing my thoughts about that, which are that it's excellent, and that Neon's okay. I'm just saying that it was cool to see a cyber one where there wasn't just neon, because it's a cyber metal fantasy setting. That doesn't mean that your setting isn't beautiful still, Scott. Cyber Red did some really cool things with character generation. It's the chunkiest. Did I put that on a thing for you yet? I have an endorsement thing that I'm doing for people. If you want an endorsement for your game, if I say something nice about a game on stream and it's yours, and you want me to say something nice about it in print that you can put on your campaign, let me know. If you want me to put something nice about it on a thing before you go live, let me know. Like, I'll do it. I want to say nice things about people's games. I want to say true things about people's games. The good news is I can usually do both, and I've never not done both. And so, all right, I gotta go decompress and make some beard balm. It's Valentine's Day coming up. All them beard lovers, all the spouses of those beard lovers, gotta get their gift. So, thanks guys. We'll talk to you soon. Turn the audio back on, because Giuseppe just asked me a question. Giuseppe, we did cover your game yesterday, by the way, on the stream, or your supplement. Have I seen Network 23? I don't think so. Is that a game? Is that a thing I should be watching? Let me know. Message me.